we should be totally in frame. Hi guys, thank you for clicking on today's video. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's video, it's going to be something a little bit different. And I really need to preface this by saying that I am not a DIY person. I'm not a crafty person. Even the simplest of DIY tasks, I will find a way to fuck it up. Like, to a T, don't worry. Like, I got you on the mistakes, yo. Rather unfortunate because I love scrolling through Pinterest and just finding different things there, and they do a lot of DIY posts on Pinterest. And I look at them and I'm like, oh, that seems like easy enough. I should be able to pull that off, no problem. Then I start actually doing it and everything just kind of, the shit hits the fan, okay? So the reason that I wanted to do today's video is because I actually saw a post recently on Twitter. It was retweeted by the author Taylor Jenkins Reid, who's the author of Daisy Jones and the Six. And that's probably like my favorite book of all time, in case you're not aware. So the tweet itself was like promoting some kind of festival that was going on in Palm Springs, I think. And in it was like, oh, you could get like a bunch of different goodies, the book, Daisy Jones and the Six, and in the picture promo, it actually had a t-shirt on there with the cover of Daisy Jones and the Six on it. And I clicked the link immediately because I was like, if this is an actual shirt, I need it, I want it, it needs to be on my body. So I didn't find a link for it, so I'm not sure if it's coming in, like, if you win the giveaway, then they give it to you, or whatever the situation is. So I kind of was like, you know, tail between my legs, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna get a shirt. I started doing some thinking, and I was like, I mean, it can't be that hard to DIY a shirt, right? So I got a hold of my crafty friend because, like I said, I'm not crafty in the slightest. And she's super crafty. She's a very artistic person, loves doing her own type of, like I said, DIY stuff. She's like, I feel like she's the queen of it in my eyes. Like, if I ever needed help with anything, or if I had like a DIY problem, she's who I would turn to. So I asked her, I was like, you know, how do I make, I basically showed her a picture and I said, this is what I want to do with it. How do I make this? And she directed me to a YouTube link, which was really helpful, and it really kind of showed me how easy this process could be. So I really appreciated that end. However, I wish that the YouTube video had started by telling me what I'm going to tell all of you now, which is follow the instructions of your materials. Read them. Read the instructions. My issue with DIY things, and this is probably why I don't do DIY often, because I know I'm like this. I'm a visual learner, so I see it being done, and then that's how I'm almost like an imitator, if you would say, because if that's how I see it being done, that's how I need to execute it as. All this to say, I messed up my shirts in the beginning, and then I had to kind of go back and fix them. Thank God my boyfriend was there to read instructions because I'm illiterate, apparently. So for my shirts, I did 3 book covers on them. I thought about doing fan art for a little bit of certain book series that I really like, but there's just something that makes me a little uncomfortable with like taking someone else's art and putting it on a shirt. I mean, you can argue that like book covers is technically the same thing, as I'm not selling these shirts, they're just for me. So I kind of, you know, the morally gray area that makes it okay for me. 3 books that I did was obviously Daisy Jones and the Six, because that was the post that inspired me. And then I did With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, which comes out May 7th or May 9th. One of those. I'll put it on the screen if you're interested, and if you don't know when that comes out, you should have your calendars marked. I'm so excited. Anyway, I did that cover. And then the third one, I had some trouble figuring out what I wanted to do. And I almost wish I had stuck to my original idea, because I'll get into it. But the third book that I did was Wilder Girls by Rory Power. That one and With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo are 2 of my most anticipated reads of the year. So I really wanted to do that one, but my original plan, which I guess I'll share because it leads into my mistakes that I made in the video. The original plan was to do, for the third one, was to do Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, because it's Crooked Kingdom, and I fucking bawled when I read it. So I felt like I didn't want to do all the shirts on a white shirt because I wanted to vary up the colors a bit. I don't know if it was just because of the transfer papers that I use, like these specific transfer papers. but these specific ones, which I will leave linked down below. But the colors were getting washed out based on the color shirt I was putting them on. Now, please, any crafty people, Sylvia, yo homie, if you watching, let me know in the comments below. But was it because of the shirt color or because of the transfer papers that I was using? Like, for example, they're on high. This one, like, I mean, you can still see it and it's nice and everything. The white border I left intentionally because I wanted a little more room from the edges. If they ever started to peel, there was still some room between the border and the design. But like, the color isn't vibrant at all, and in the clips that I'm going to insert, you'll notice the vibrancy of colors on the actual print transfer paper, and then what happens once I iron it on, and the colors just kind of, I don't know what the right word is, like the colors diffuse, dissipate, evaporate, like I don't know what happens, but the colors didn't come out as vibrant as I wanted them to. And I would remake the Wilder Girls shirt. I think that cover is stunning, and having it so, like, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for, but it's just not as vibrant as I want it to be. And I think I know for sure I want to redo this one on a white shirt because I want those colors to pop. The other problem that I faced happened before I even started ironing. So you'll see in the clips exactly where my problem went, but this is what I meant about reading the instructions of the materials that you buy. I was following that YouTube video pretty much to a T. Like, you know, they peeled off the back and then they actually put a tissue paper over it and then ironed it that way. Yeah, these transfer papers didn't work the same. Your image needs to be reversed. So my transfer paper in the package, it comes with instructions on how to do all that and a website that you use to basically format your image. You know, it'll size it up for you dimension-wise, everything. It gives you a bunch of different templates if you want to use templates. And then as you download it to print, it will reverse the image for you. So that way when it's printed in a way that once you transfer it onto your shirt, it comes out on the right way. So I felt really stupid. And before I even started, my boyfriend was like, how is that gonna work? If you're gonna iron it on, you gotta flip the image and it's gonna all be reversed. I do have a clip in there. I did this shirt. I don't even know if you can see it. I did this shirt that I'm wearing right now. It's a Sailor Moon shirt. And the image was actually, like, originally she's kind of faced the other way and her peace sign comes on the right side, which for you guys is, I'm stupid and I can't do this. Please. Okay, so once I put Sailor Moon on the shirt and I flipped her this way, like, God, this is a mess. I went back, I read thoroughly through the instructions. My boyfriend read thoroughly through the instructions. I went to the website and I reprinted my images. Transfer papers that I used, again, I'll leave them linked down below if you're interested in them. I think I got them for like, I want to say like $13, maybe $15. Shirts I actually got from Michael's. They only went to an XL and then they jumped right up to a 3XL. There was no in between. So I didn't want a 3X because I knew that would be way too big for me, and I just kind of went with the extra large and prayed for the best. But okay, it's a little like, I mean, you see my rolls, but my rolls are there. I can't do anything about it. I mean, I could, but like, I hope you guys enjoy the clips of me going through this process. It kind of shows you there how I do it step by step. The clips of me printing out the images are technically not valid because those are the ones I fucked up, but I still kept them in because I felt like my mistakes on this are part of the process. So, you know, failure, you learn from it. Printing them, you just flipped there, iron on. I put the iron there for 3 minutes. And then you let it cool for 2, and then you kind of go from the left edge and slowly peel it back. And there is a clip of me going back, putting the paper back on and ironing over. Don't put the iron directly on. Once you take the transfer paper off, you will ruin the image. I did that with one of the shirts on the edges, So be careful of that. If you want to go back and re-iron a spot, take the transfer paper and put it back over your image and then put the iron over. And then again, let it sit for a couple minutes and then peel back again. What can you do? It was my first try at a DIY and I tried my best. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the turnout of these and get inspired to make your own. And hey, authors, hit me up. I'll self-promo your books. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Take a picture? Yeah, try to work. Thanks, Queen.
Not good?
Shit, alright, mine are terrible too. You know what, it's fine. It's not like just an expensive shirt. I bought everything for like less than $10. Just let him go for it. I already fucked up. Help. Are you putting the sunshine on there for the cloud? No, just this. But like the way that, just to make sure that the sizing was right, I had to put it in that kind of template. It's not, it shouldn't matter too much if the white shows because it's on a white shirt anyway. Cute. Nice. Oh fuck, maybe I did do it wrong, babe. Just for 3 minutes. What do you want your password to be? Thanks, eh?
Time it properly.
I don't have a timer with me.
You have your laptop, that's a perfect timer.